Hello and welcome. This is the demonstration video for Simple Particles, a GameMaker asset available on the GameMaker marketplace. Basically what this is it is the particle systems editor, a visual representation of all of the functions that are available within a particle system. So you can see I've created a couple of examples here. I'm going to go ahead and modify this middle one to show you how easy it is to create particle systems with simple particles. So all you'd have to do is, I'll delete this object first, drag an object onto the map. I'm going to put this one down here for a test. And then all you have to do is double click on it and select variables. This is going to open up the variables panel, which will give you access to all of the properties to design the way that your particle works right from the GameMaker room editor. So I'm going to actually, let's just run this so I can show you what it looks like first. So you can see that's this standard particle here that I've got set up. I'm going to go ahead and edit some of these properties. The first thing I'm going to do is change the particle type from sprite to shape, and then I'm going to select what type of shape we'd like to use. So for this instance, I'm going to use a snow particle. Now if we run this again, you should see a different particle. So there we have a snowflake. The next thing I'm going to do is change some of these variables. I'm going to change the particle directions. So I'm just going to edit this from minimum and maximum. So this will be a random direction. And also going to edit the speed so that these aren't so fast. I'm going to edit these and just slow them down so that they'll appear on the screen. And then we'll just make them fade out. I'm going to get rid of the wiggling as well. So we'll get rid of all of the speed variables. So now what should happen is the snowflakes should just appear on the screen. And you can iterate very quickly with this method. So you can see them appearing there. Let's increase the width and height, the emission width and height of this emitter, just by dragging those two sliders there, and now you should be able to see that the snowflakes sort of appear within this square that we've defined. Now we can go ahead and change some of the properties, so let's go and change the colors. I'm going to use a 3-color gradient. We'll start off with a dark blue, we'll progress into a lighter blue, and then we'll progress off into a lighter blue, almost white kind of color. And then the last thing I'm going to do is change some of the alpha variables. I'm going to start them transparent at about 0.6, and then I'm going to have the alpha ramp right down to 0 very quickly. If we run this, let's have a look what that looks like. There you go. So our particles are now spawning and disappearing. And then the other thing we can do just for fun is set the alpha blending to additive. So just tick the tick box for true, and the particles should now be alpha blending with each other. So when they overlap, you'll see that they get brighter in color. We can also increase the frequency and speed just by changing volume. So every time this particle system emits, we can create 15 snowflakes. And if we do this, you'll see the alpha effects take place there. So we've got more particles being emitted. We can drag this back down to, say, 1. And we can also change the emission speed. We can make this slower or faster. So I'm going to make this a little bit slower, and I'm going to increase the amount of particles that are created to, say, 100. So this will happen 4 times a second because it's, actually, no, sorry, it'll happen twice a second because the game's running at 30 frames per second. So as you can see, it makes it very easy to quickly change the way that these particles are working. You can see them on your map. You can drag them around. So if you have a game and you have, some sort of fire particle and you want to, move them around like this, you can go ahead and drag those around, of course. And you can double click on them and edit them just by clicking on their variables. Come down. I'm going to actually turn on the additive blending for this one, just so you can see what that looks like. If we run the game, you'll see now that this one has additive blending and the colors are working correctly. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy this asset. If you do, please leave a review on the marketplace, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye for now.